Once upon a time, I found myself standing at the edge of a revelation, ready to share a tale that had long been hidden away. With a heart full of courage, I am about to unveil the most secret, forbidden, and intricate night of my life. That day, the day when everything shifted. I believed it would merely be about avoiding solitude on my 64th birthday. Yet, there was a deeper significance to Edward's wish to keep me company, a hidden narrative waiting to unfold. The tension that lingered between us, those unspoken emotions, and all that we had buried deep within for years could never be overlooked. And that day, oh that day, was when everything reached its climax. Allow me to share the tale from its very inception. Edward held the title of Jonathan's stepson. At the age of 28, he exudes confidence and determination, a presence that could enthrall me from the very first moment. In the year when Jonathan departed, he would come by frequently, sometimes spending days with me. Yet, 2 years ago, he vanished into thin air, leaving no trace behind. In his absence, the moments we shared remained etched in the hidden recesses of my mind. I made an effort to cast him from my mind, to shove those memories aside. Yet they lingered stubbornly. And then, the day arrived. He materialized at my threshold. He claimed he needed to search for some documents in the garage. But I sensed right away that his visit held a deeper purpose. Edward's gaze held a familiar intensity, one that awakened all the emotions I had carefully tucked away, catching me completely off guard. As he flashed a smile my way, papers clutched in his hand, a sense of intrigue washed over me. And I knew instinctively that this visit held deeper significance, and indeed, I was correct. The gramophone he had set in the garage, the very one I had longed for even during Jonathan's days, stood there with my cherished record resting upon it. The papers served merely as a pretext. This was a tale woven around my essence. The instant my eyes fell upon that gramophone, a surge of emotion swelled within me, as if my heart might leap from my chest. Later, Edward departed quietly. His words few, yet that evening he returned, a cake in hand, a sweet surprise waiting to unfold. That well-known smile lingered, yet it now carried a profound essence. "I didn't want you to spend your 64th birthday alone, Bella," he said, and in that moment, I understood that this was about far more than just a birthday celebration. Edward was on the brink of presenting me with an unforgettable night, one that my imagination could never have conjured. On that fateful night, the course of everything shifted. And I am here to share every intricate detail with you. As I swung the door open, the sight of Edward standing there caught me completely off guard. This was no ordinary visit. I sensed it immediately. He cradled a delicate cake, his sharp suit adding an air of elegance to the moment. The smile on his face radiated a unique warmth, carrying a deeper significance, a heightened intensity that spoke volumes. At 28, Edward possessed a unique blend of maturity and youthful energy, rendering him utterly enchanting. "Happy birthday, Bella," he said, his voice enveloping the space like a cozy embrace, filling the entire doorway with warmth. His words caught me off guard and ignited an indescribable feeling deep within my chest. He had recalled the day of my birth. For the first time, a soul had arrived to celebrate with such thoughtfulness. "I didn't want you to celebrate your 64th year in solitude," he said, his captivating smile widening. "This evening promises to be extraordinary. If this tale speaks to your heart, come along on this journey, subscribe, and activate notifications to immerse yourself in more adventures. Believe me, this will happen. Prepare yourself for one of the most exhilarating tales you will ever encounter." Words danced on the tip of my tongue, yet they remained trapped, unable to escape my throat. Edward set the cake upon the coffee table, then drew nearer to me. "But Bella," he said, his gaze sweeping over me with a tender intensity, "tonight could unfold into something truly extraordinary. Let us honor this moment in a manner truly befitting you. Come, don a lovely dress, and let us weave an unforgettable evening together." Initially, I considered turning him down, but the softness of his gaze, coupled with a quiet determination, rendered refusal unthinkable. I gave a subtle nod and made my way upstairs. As I ascended the stairs, an unusual thrill surged within me. As I swung open the doors of my wardrobe, my gaze fell upon the black dress, a forgotten piece that had remained untouched for years. As I glided my fingers across the fabric, I made my way to the mirror. Before donning the dress, I removed my t-shirt, standing exposed before my reflection. My skin retained its firmness and youthful glow. I ran my hands along my waist, leaned in just a bit, and examined my shoulders with a keen eye. "How utterly enchanting I am," I whispered softly to myself. At 64 years of age, it felt as though I had woven a tapestry that transcended the relentless march of time. With a smile gracing my lips, I slipped into the dress, feeling a true sense of uniqueness envelop me in that moment. As I made my way down the stairs, a hauntingly familiar melody drifted from the living room, wrapping around my senses. It was the melody that danced in my heart, With each step, I felt the world around me fade. My heart pounding like a drum in the silence of the moment. How did Edward come to know? I had kept it to myself, never uttering a word to him. With a swirl of curiosity and a hint of uncertainty, I ventured into the living room. In the heart of the room, Edward positioned the gramophone with great care, selecting the perfect record to fill the air with its enchanting melodies. Upon catching sight of me, a spark ignited in his eyes. The look of admiration on his face conveyed 1,000 unspoken words, a silent testament to his feelings. How did you come to know? I inquired, my astonishment evident. Edward smiled gently, his eyes steady and full of warmth. I heard you, Bella, he said. You may have believed you were the one always hearing my words, but in reality, I was the one attuned to your voice. Every nuance you spoke of, every fervor you revealed, is etched in my memory. His words wrapped around me like a cozy blanket, igniting a gentle glow within. It had been an eternity since I felt genuinely acknowledged, genuinely understood. Edward approached, his hand reaching out towards me. Allow this evening to revolve entirely around you, Bella. My purpose is to create a sense of uniqueness just for you. As the melody enveloped the room, I found myself unable to resist the profound, and in his eyes, I witnessed a fierce resolve. We gathered around and began to share our thoughts. Yet this was no typical exchange of words. It was woven with the myriad feelings and emotions we had kept hidden for so long. The tug of connection. We became more resilient with each fleeting moment. Edward's voice resonated through the air, rich and brimming with feeling. Are you aware of the reason I didn't return earlier, Bella? His question took me by surprise, and with eyes fixed on his emerald gaze, I sought to unravel the mystery of where this moment might lead. He took a brief pause, weighing his words with the utmost care. I've always been drawn to you, he finally confessed, his voice a gentle whisper that resonated through the space. I witnessed the yearning, the fervor, the thrill that burned within you. I always perceived it. Yet the emotions it stirred within me filled me with fear, Bella. I realized I could never be a dot in your presence. My heart yearned to close the distance. Yet my thoughts whispered caution, urging me to hold back. His words wrapped around me like a comforting blanket. Yet they also stirred a tempest of uncertainty within. My heart raced with fervor. Yet I understood the necessity of maintaining my composure. With a calm inhale, I fixed my gaze upon him. Edward, you mustn't speak like this, I responded. Yet the quiver in my voice revealed the turmoil within me. I know I shouldn't, he murmured, his gaze dropping just a touch. But then he lifted his gaze to meet mine once more, and the fervor in his eyes anchored me in that moment. But I can no longer keep it inside, Bella. For 2 long years, you have lingered in my thoughts, an ever-present echo that refuses to fade. Your gaze, your laughter, every little thing about you lingers in my mind like a captivating tale that refuses to fade away. In every corner I turned, your presence lingered. My heart simply refused to let me forget. The sincerity in his revelation both surprised and profoundly thrilled me. My hands rested firmly in my lap, and I became aware of their subtle tremors. Edward, this is not. Indeed, I remarked, though I couldn't ignore the enchanting draw I experienced towards him. The bond that seemed to weave us together. It simply isn't fair. Edward leaned in a bit, bending his knees as he sat, tilting towards me with an air of intrigue. His gaze was imbued with an unwavering resolve, whether it be right or wrong. He spoke with a voice that was both soft and firm. I cannot deny what stirs within me. And neither can you, Bella. Your gaze reveals all that lies within. There is an undeniable bond that we share, one that feels profoundly genuine. In that fleeting moment, silence enveloped me. For he spoke the truth. This connection between us had always lingered, a thread woven into the fabric of our lives, one that I had attempted to overlook for years. Emotions I was reluctant to confront had only intensified, drawing me closer with each passing moment. In his gaze, in his words, everything reverberated back to me. Thank you for staying by my side that day, I finally said, my voice thick with feeling. Ah, Edward, my friend, this path we tried is fraught with peril. As we venture onwards, there will be no turning back for either of us. Edward gently extended his hand, his fingers softly resting over mine. His touch broke through every wall of reason I had constructed. I don't want to turn back, Bella, he declared. In this very moment, I yearn to share my heart with you, to express the depth of my feelings and to reveal just how extraordinary you are to me. Tears gathered in my eyes, yet these emotions did not shatter me. Instead, they liberated something profound within. His words flowed like a long-buried secret finally set free, revealing a fervor he had hidden for far too long. As I gaze upon you, he went on, his voice a gentle whisper yet filled with fervor, I perceive not merely beauty, but also resilience, fervent passion, and an exuberance for life. Though you may count the years as 64 in my eyes, you remain the most enchanting and youthful spirit. That sentiment will forever hold true. His words pierced the final veil of my defiance. I inhaled deeply and cast my gaze upon him. "Edward," I said, my voice quivering yet drawn to him. "You perceive me in a manner I haven't experienced in ages, and I cannot refute that." The hush that enveloped the room was thick with meaning. A weighty pause that spoke volumes. In that moment, our eyes met, and within the silence, every hidden truth unfolded before us. The magnetic attraction that bound us was now unmistakable, an unbreakable force. As Edward's lips finally brushed against mine, a torrent of repressed emotions surged forth. The feeling surged forth, breaking free from its confines. His kiss ignited a fire within me, compelling me to face the emotions I had buried deep for years. Yet, the sheer intensity of it filled me with a sense of fear. The rational side of me continued to resist, insisting that I shouldn't yield. In an instant, I drew back, inhaling deeply. "Edward," I murmured, my voice quivering with emotion. Uncertainty lingered in my mind, leaving me at a loss for words. Enveloped in his gaze, I sensed my grip beginning to fade. My heart raced as I took a step back, yearning to create distance between us. In silence, I rushed to my bedroom, urgency guiding my steps. As I closed the door softly, I pivoted to meet the gaze of my reflection in the mirror. My cheeks glowed with warmth, my eyes sparkling with a mix of thrill and bewilderment. My hands quivered ever so slightly. "What am I weaving into the fabric of my day?" I softly murmured to myself. Yet, beneath the surface, a voice lingered, unyielding and persistent, fueled by an insatiable yearning. As I gazed into the mirror, I examined the delicate lines etched upon my face, subtle whispers of time's passage. Yet, my gaze wandered down to my body, still vibrant and full of life. "I still possess it," I whispered, a subtle, conflicted smile dancing upon my lips. Yet, in a curious twist, that realization only wove a more intricate tapestry of complications. At that moment, the gentle creak of the door reached my ears. I turned around and beheld Edward's unwavering resolve. He stepped inside, his gaze sweeping the room. His gaze remained fixed on me as he gently shut the door behind him and stepped closer. "Bella," he murmured, his tone soft yet unwavering, "I won't allow you to escape." My gaze met his, yet words eluded me. Edward bridged the gap that separated us, and once more his lips met mine in a tender embrace. This kiss, as I sank deeper, I felt everything drawing me into a realm where I had no power to steer my own course. One by one, my defenses began to fall apart. Unable to restrain myself any longer, my hands instinctively found their way to his shoulders. Edward encircled my waist with his arms, drawing me in even tighter. His warmth wrapped around me like a comforting embrace, and I felt my breath quicken in response. His kisses danced from my lips to my neck and then glided down to my shoulders. My form, devoid, with a hint of uncertainty, she reacted to his every caress, yet the fervor of this illicit longing utterly engulfed me. I took a step back, not in haste, but to gather my breath once more. With a gentle touch, I began to grasp the straps of my dress, letting them glide off my shoulders with a delicate grace. The fabric drifted down, settling softly at my feet like a whisper in the quiet room. As I caught a fleeting glimpse of my reflection in the mirror, a wave of courage surged within me, igniting a fire that had long been dormant. "Edward," I murmured, my voice a soft breath, "I am yielding to you." Those words ignited. There was a spark in his eyes, a flame that demanded attention. Edward started to unbutton his shirt, his fingers dancing swiftly, filled with a sense of urgency. As he casually shrugged it off, his strong, athletic form came into view, and my heart raced even faster while I observed him take a step closer. Every part of me was drawn to him. With a tender touch, Edward's hands found their way to my waist once more, leading me softly towards the bed. As I reclined, he settled beside me, his essence enveloping every corner of my being. His kisses began at my neck, gliding down to my shoulders, delving deeper into every part of me with each gentle caress. He stirred feelings and desires that had long been hidden within me. This moment marked the dawn of a night beyond my wildest dreams. And I felt an undeniable certainty that everything would change from that point forward. Everything unfolded in a whirlwind, each moment racing by, and my heart pounded as if it might leap from my chest. I gazed at Edward, my confusion mingling with the profound yearning that stirred within me. I never could have. I had envisioned this moment, I whispered, filled with awe. Yet at this very moment, above all else, this is what I desire. My heart brims with anticipation and longing. Edward tilted his head slightly, a gentle yet resolute smile blossoming on his lips. "Bella," he said, his voice a soothing melody, rich and enchanting, anchoring me in the moment. We had always yearned for this, yet each time, we found ourselves fleeing from it. Not this evening. This evening, we shall remain right where we are. In that instant, Edward's words pierced through the final remnants of my defenses. I had lost all concern for the destination. This night would carry us away. I was prepared to immerse myself in the experience. A tremendous force welled up inside me, so overwhelming that I found myself closing my eyes, clutching the sheet with one hand while gripping the edge of the bedside table with the other. The overwhelming force of it rendered me breathless. My eyes closed for 2 or 3 minutes, as I endeavored to concentrate solely on the sensations coursing through me. As I slowly opened my eyes and gazed up at the ceiling, I found Edward leaning over me. His hair was tousled and a light sheen of sweat adorned his forehead. As I pondered the moment, a sense of perfection washed over me, and then Edward reached out, placing his hand gently over mine upon the bed. All of it unfolded like a fantastical tale, both ethereal and strikingly clear. As I turned my gaze to the mirror and beheld the reflection of us in that moment, I found myself unable to restrain my emotions any longer. My legs tightened with an intensity that threatened to sweep me away into darkness. It was a longing and fervor that I had never felt before, and I found myself completely taken aback by my own responses. And then there was Edward, so breathtaking that I could hardly believe he was indeed real. His cheeks glowed with warmth and he was lavishing me with kind words. My voice quivered softly as I breathed out, "Edward, you're truly remarkable indeed. I wish for this night to stretch on forever." The thrill in his eyes was unmistakably intensifying. With my other hand, I reached out and placed it over his chest, sensing the quick rhythm of his heart. "I have always longed for you," I confessed, scarcely able to grasp the truth of my own declaration. I find it hard to wrap my mind around this unfolding before us. As I shut my eyes once more, I yielded to the enveloping warmth that coursed through my veins. In that precise instant, a profound heat ignited within my very essence. Edward, his breath uneven, fell beside me like a weary traveler seeking solace. With a resolute look etched upon his features, Edward propped himself up and extended his hand towards his phone with a glance in my direction. He deftly unlocked the screen using his fingers. "Bella, I have something to share with you," he said. As he angled the phone in my direction, my eyes grew wide with surprise. There it was, an enchanting image of a cottage nestled by the lake, a small, cozy haven that radiated peace, a true embodiment of the dream I had always held close to my heart. "I dreamed of this," he said, his voice a blend of earnestness and longing. "I want to take you here. In a distant corner of this house, it's just the two of us, away from the rest of the world. As dawn breaks tomorrow, we shall venture to this enchanting place, and upon our arrival, I will invite you to don an outfit I've carefully selected for you for tonight. I beheld the woman of my dreams. That woman is you, Bella. From the very beginning, it has always been you." His words unleashed a tempest within me, and the heart started to quicken. As I gazed upon him, I found myself utterly speechless. This was not merely a tale for a single night. It was an entrance to a realm of boundless possibilities. And though the unknown loomed beyond that door, a sense of courage filled me, for this time, I was not venturing through it alone. The journey has just begun, and there are many more chapters yet to unfold. If you've journeyed this far, it's clear that this tale has resonated with you on a profound level. There's an abundance of tales waiting to be unveiled, and you'll surely want to catch every last one. Narrative. Be sure to tap that follow button, activate notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments about this narrative. I eagerly anticipate your reflections. So let's engage in conversation in the comments below. Your support is invaluable. Universe to me.